Have you ever wondered, what should my target heart rate be for weight loss? I've got the answer coming up. In this video, I'll tell you why your target heart rate matters for weight loss. Then I'll reveal what your heart rate needs to be in order for you to lose weight. And last, I'll go over a faster, easier way to lose weight than hyperanalyzing your heart rate. So you're wondering what your target heart rate needs to be in order to lose weight. What I would ask you is, why do you think monitoring your heart rate is necessary for weight loss? Without knowing exactly why, I'd guess you'd believe getting your heart rate into a certain zone helps you burn fat, right? I used to do competitive bodybuilding, so I understand the culture and the mindset. I understand where this comes from. Bodybuilders keep their heart rate between 65 and 75% of their max during long duration cardio. And so this is supposedly the fat burning zone. I mean, it's called the fat burning zone. And so of course you are attracted to it and you're like, well, I need to be in the fat burning zone because I want to burn fat. I mean, who doesn't want to burn fat? We all want to burn a little bit of fat, right? You track that by wearing a heart rate monitor around your chest, and you pair it with a special watch or an app on your phone. What you've got to understand is that burning fat and getting ripped isn't as simple as just keeping your heart rate in the fat burning zone. The diet and fitness industry makes it sound so easy to get the body you want. There's diet, there's sleep, there's hydration, there's supplementation. Even your natural biology is a factor. Burning fat and getting the body you want isn't as simple as just keeping your heart rate in that fat burning zone. There are 3 heart rate zones: zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Zone 1 is 65 to 75% of your max. It's the one known as the fat burning zone. Zone 2 is 75 to 85% of your heart rate max, and zone 3 is 85 to 95% of your max. Most people think that zone 1 is the best place to be if you want to burn fat. But studies have shown that you can lose fat with a heart rate in any zone. Steady state cardio versus HIIT cardio, you can lose fat doing either one. Unless you're an Olympic athlete, hyperanalyzing your heart rate is just not necessary. See, if your heart is beating, you can burn fat. Your body requires calories to stay alive. It uses food for fuel. So if you're even alive, well, you can burn fat. Hyperanalyzing your heart rate is the hard way to lose weight. It's a lot easier to eat foods that switch on your body's fat burner. Before I go any further to my next point, I would love to hear what you think about your fat burning zone or target heart rate. Or do you have one of the heart rate monitors that go around your chest right underneath your boobs and is calibrated exactly for you? Do you have one? Do you wear one? What do you think? Are you overweight still? I mean, I would love to know because I read all your comments. So comment below, tell me what you think. Your body can use both fat and sugar for energy. Sugar is the fastest fuel source, so your body wants to burn sugar and foods that turn into sugar first. It will always burn the sugar before it uses fat for fuel. When you avoid sugar and high-carb foods, your body dips into stored fat and uses those stored fat for fuel instead. Eating the right foods flips on your body's fat burner. Eating the wrong foods turns it off. I have 140,000 calories of stored fat on my body, which would last me 100 days of not eating. You may wonder how I come up with this number. Well, I went to an exercise physiologist and I had my body fat professionally tested. I like to do this every 6 months or so, every 3-4 months or so, just because I am keeping my body composition in check. And when I say body composition, that means your fat and your muscle. And no, by the way, I'm gonna rabbit hole for a second and tell you that muscle does not weigh more than fat. Why are you saying that? Muscle weighs the same as fat because the pound is a pound. A pound of fat is still a pound of muscle. A pound of bricks is still a pound of feathers. But muscle takes up less room than fat. So of course, you can have a lot of muscle, but you could be a small person. Okay, I'm done with that. Okay, back to the video. So when I got my body fat tested, I had 40 pounds of body fat on me. This was in February of 2021 when I had it tested last. I'm due for another testing here pretty soon. So when you're doing the math, yeah, that's where I come up with it. 140,000 calories of stored fat. So that means I could go 100 days of not eating. Does that astonish you when you think about that? Especially when you look at me and my body? Well, that's the truth. Ain't nobody gonna die from skipping a meal, let me tell you. The last thing I need to worry about is my heart rate to lose fat. My body will lose fat on its own if I give it real food, water, and sleep. That's right, food is important, but so are water and sleep. Are you getting the sleep that you need? Or are you staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching Netflix? Look, we like to say in Code Red, you ain't sleeping, you ain't losing. You're not, guys. I am telling you, I have lived this firsthand, and so many of my rebels, they live this all the time, every day. This is the number one biggest thing that I, for lack of a better word, fight with them about, is sleep. And people aren't talking about this. You go to a traditionally trained medical doctor who is trained in the traditional medical system, and your doctor's generally not gonna ask you about your sleep. They'll treat your symptoms, but they're not going to try to get to the root cause. That's kind of my problem. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the medical community, but they're not getting to the root cause, and a lot of it is sleep. You can have perfect food. You could be getting all your water in. You could be avoiding the Hershey's Kisses every time you walk by your coworker's desk, that little bowl of Hershey's Kisses. But if your 2-year-old was throwing up all night and kept you up all night, don't be surprised if the scale is up 1.2 pounds tomorrow morning. That's just the way the body operates. It's not trying to be mean to you. It's trying to protect you, because a body senses a lack of sleep as stress and will hang on to body fat and water as a way to protect you, because it does not know what's going on. It doesn't know if you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, or, like I said, your 2-year-old wouldn't sleep in his big boy bed or something. You know, there are a lot of things that cause you to not sleep, but you've got to protect your sleep. This is a non-negotiable. You will not get very far if you don't get your sleep in line. And I've done tons and tons and tons of videos on sleep, and we talk about this on our 10-pound takedown challenge, so I'm gonna hound you until you get it right. Are you staying hydrated with water? Or are you drinking soda, alcohol, and energy drinks? Look, you gotta get at least a gallon of water a day. Water helps you flush toxins and chemicals circulating in your body from the junk food and the chemicals you're eating. Plus, water helps with appetite control. Drink plenty of water between your meals and you won't feel as hungry. You'll also have more energy. And water helps your hair and nails grow. It helps clear up your skin too, by the way. I drink water out of our Code Red 40-ounce Hydro Flask. It's got the flip-up straw, so it won't mess up your lipstick, and you can get it customized if you want. I linked it up below if you happen to like my water bottle. This is 40 ounces. I drink 4 of these a day because that's what's right for me, my body size, my lifestyle, and my sweating, okay? I'm a sweater, I sweat, and that's what's right for me. But also, I'm very used to the water. I've been doing Code Red a long time, and I've always drank this amount of water. So my body has learned how to concentrate, my kidneys concentrate, and this is the amount of water that works well for me. And I don't even drink coffee anymore. I don't drink anything else. All I drink is water. But for you, you're gonna wanna start off with a gallon a day and then customize it from there. I follow a lot of bodybuilders on Instagram, and I used to do competitive bodybuilding back in the day, and I still bodybuild now, not as much as I need to, not as much as I'd like to, but I love really muscular chicks. I love to follow bodybuilders online, and the problem with following those kind of people online, and you see what they want you to see. You're only seeing things, first of all, most of the photos they show you are fake, photoshopped, and filtered, and altered to maybe shrink the waist, maybe increase the shoulder width, maybe increase the quad size. Guys, don't put so much stock into what you see when you just look at these bodybuilding photos. So the bodybuilder, or the person, the influencer that's showing you their Instagram story and all their whole news feed and stuff, they're not showing you everything. They're not showing you all the sleep. They're not showing you all the hydration. They're not showing you the supplementation. They're not showing you all the clean times they eat. They show you that once a month cheat meal or once a week cheat meal and this big giant pizza, and they're like, yeah, this is what I get to do. And you're thinking, well, so I just need to follow, I can eat pizza and I can look like that. Same thing with the heart rate. You'll see some influencer, some bodybuilder, and they're trying to advertise a heart rate monitor. They're like, keep your heart rate in your fat burning zone to burn fat. But that's not all that person is doing to burn fat. You need to understand, don't put all your eggs in this basket because there's so much more going on behind the scenes with these bodybuilders that you do not see, that they don't bother showing you. They might be advertising a supplement like to take this branched chain amino acid or take this CoQ10 or something, and you're like, I need that too. Well, you're not even drinking water. So none of this crap is gonna matter if you're not even nailing the basics. Same thing with the heart rate. It is one of many, 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 many things they do to get lean, to stay shredded, to compete in these competitions, and to look the way they do. Be really aware that there is a lot that goes into doing this, not just the heart rate. And it's a very small part of this equation. To lose weight by focusing on real food, water, and sleep, instead of hyper-analyzing your heart rate, join me for the next 10-pound takedown. Look, you can lose 10 pounds in 30 days and feel better than you have in years with no exercise needed. We're gonna keep it simple. You're gonna have a food list, you're gonna have a simple rules list, and you're gonna have tracking sheets where you're gonna track your water, your weight, and your sleep each day for 30 days. It's really a remarkable month. I'm gonna come live to you every day. I'm gonna teach you something new, and you're gonna learn, but you're gonna unlearn what we've been brainwashed to believe for the last 70 years. So I've linked it up below. Join the next challenge, and I'll see you on the next video. I used to bodybuild. Actually, I still bodybuild, but okay, let me do that again. Eating the right foods flips on your fat burning ability in your body. Let me do that again, I hesitated. Sleep is the are you staying hydrated? So did I go into sleep? Oh, I can go into sleep right now. You go to a traditionally made, you also need to sleep. Oh, I said that. Let me skip that. Let me skip. I used to bodybuild competitively. Don't put so much stock into what you say, what you see.